Going Places is brought to you by Tourism Kingston. The past becomes the present in 2008. Kingston, part of Ontario's only World Heritage destination.
It's a hidden gem that not many of us know about, and a lot of us are about to discover. With a great location at the eastern end of Lake Ontario, Kingston is an eclectic mix of old and new, where the past meets the present.
Welcome to Kingston, the beautiful limestone city by the lake. Here we are in Kingston City Hall, a magnificent building which, like so much of the architecture in downtown Kingston, reflects its long and fascinating history. Over the next few minutes, we'll give you some great insider's tips on what you and your family can do this summer, a lot of it free of charge, right here in Kingston.
And what better starting point for your trip back in time than here? Built in 1844, Kingston City Hall has housed everything from governments to a bank. And it's where Prime Minister John A. Macdonald lay in state. History buffs can also visit Fort Henry, a 19th century British military fortress, just last year designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, along with the Kingston fortifications and the Rideau Canal. Visitors are greeted by Fort Henry Guard Major Greg Guthrow, literally a walking billboard.
Well, it was built in 1832. And basically it was built to defend against the United States, and it served its job well because it was never attacked.
And sometimes visitors to the fortress get a little more than they bargained for.
Well, it's more than just watching things here at Fort Henry. We like the public to get involved.
I definitely found that out the hard way. If after all this you've worked up an appetite, dining at the fort is quite an experience.
We take people back in time and give them a sense that they're dining in the officers' mess, guests of the officers' mess, as it would be in the middle of the 19th century.
And for those looking for an eerie historic experience, there's always Fort Henry's very own Haunted Walk. If you're brave enough to enter, you'll find the fort has become home to many active ghosts.
On the other side of Dead Man's Bay.
If that doesn't satisfy your appetite for the paranormal, some have reported seeing visitors of the other kind at Bellevue House, once home to Canada's very first Prime Minister. But don't be frightened, Bellevue House is anything but creepy.
Bellevue is now open to the public, and after you tour the rooms where he lived, you can come out here to the garden and have a lovely old-fashioned British cup of tea with scones and shortbread, all for less than $10.
If you're more of the museum kind, Kingston is home to 17 of them, one of the most popular being the Kingston Penitentiary Museum. Here you'll have the chance to wander through 7 display rooms, seeing artifacts, photographs, and even jail cells. But for those who prefer their vacations with a strictly modern twist, Kingston has a lot to offer in that department as well. Stay tuned till next week, where we'll get back to modern day and explore some of the Limestone City's newer attractions.